You ready to transform your pool into a stunning oasis? At Mainland Pool Service, they're a family-owned business committed to keeping your pool looking pristine all year round. They believe that pool care should be proactive, not reactive, which is why their skilled team handles everything from routine cleaning to complex issues with precision. They prioritize clear communication and personalized solutions to exceed your expectations. Join the Mainland Pool Service family today and experience the difference their expertise and dedication can bring to your relaxation retreat. Contact them now at mainlandpoolservice.com.
Junior Grizzlies summer camps presented by Ortho South are the key to a slam dunk summer with over a dozen 4-day camps perfect for hoopers ages 6 to 14 looking to build fundamental skills and make unforgettable memories. With camps across the Mid-South in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas, you won't have to go far for the ultimate hoops experience this summer. Registration comes with a Junior Grizzlies jersey, lunchbox, and a basketball to take home. Don't wait, space is limited. Visit grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies today to secure a spot for a fun-filled summer. That's grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies. Name 100 active NBA players.
100 active ones.
100 active NBA players. And we're going to go back and forth.
Victor Wembanyama.
LeBron James.
Cedric Howard.
Jalen Wells.
Gigi.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
There we go.
It took 77 players to get to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Stay on top of everything happening in the 901, the Mid-South, and beyond with Grind City Media's e-newsletter, bringing all the news and notes directly to your inbox. Lang's World, always by Lang Whitaker, touches on the biggest stories in the world of sports and pop culture, while Michael Wallace's Grizzlies Insider brings you all the latest coverage and analysis around the Grizzlies and NBA. Don't miss a thing. Stay connected to the conversation and sign up to download the lowdown today at grindcitymedia.com.
Live from the Built Ford Tough studio at FedEx Forum, it's the Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South, on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Now, here's your host, Gary Parrish.
I'm here. My name is Gary Parrish. I'm speaking to you from the Built Ford Tough studio. We're in FedEx Forum, downtown Memphis. Bennett Doyle right there producing the program. Glad he's with me. Glad you're with me. Hope you're getting through the day best you can. And I hope if you're ever fortunate enough to win an NBA championship, and wouldn't that be something? I mean, wouldn't that be something? If you're ever fortunate enough to win an NBA championship and get invited to be on, say, Good Morning America, I hope you at least try to stay somewhat sober, just in case you get asked a question live on national television, because if not, well, I guess it ain't so bad. It just makes for a hilarious moment. OG Anunoby became a morning television legend yesterday. Very high, apparently. He seemed to be incredibly high just a few days after winning the Knicks their first title in 53 years. We'll laugh about it momentarily. First, though, quickly, let me set today's schedule for you. Evan Hayes is going to join me in the next segment. He covers the Grizzlies for SI Now. I'm going to talk to him about the Grizz and the 2026 NBA draft. He's going to be here in studio with me in about 20 minutes. Finish talking to him, take a break, come back, do 5 more things you need to know, at which point we'll discuss 5 previously undiscussed stories. Among them, Brendan Sorsby, the Texas Tech quarterback, engulfed in a gambling controversy, is leaving school and entering the NFL supplemental draft. So that weird story appears to be over. Big 12's nightmare in the past. I'll give you the details in about 40 minutes. And one of the early surprises of this World Cup, Cape Verde tied Spain in their big event debut. Final score 0-0. This is an island nation with a population of 491,000. Basically, the place is the same size as Reno, Nevada. And they were able to tie Spain. Incredible performance against one of the World Cup's favorites, the European champions. We will celebrate this little island a little later on in the show. Meantime, Iran tied New Zealand 2-2 last night in Los Angeles. After the match, the team was told to immediately leave the United States. Wild experience these young men are going through. No fault of their own. We'll spend some time on that in just a bit. Freddie the now famous World Cup fan from Germany who is on a whirlwind tour of the United States. He has received a fun offer from a Vegas casino. We'll continue to chuckle about this hilarious story. We'll do it in the third segment. And Serena and Venus Williams have announced they're playing doubles together next month at Wimbledon. I'm conflicted about the news. I'll tell you why during a segment we call 5 More Things You Need to Know. Then we'll eventually do GP's carryout, and that's when we'll call it a day. So that's the rundown. We got a lot to get to, but I want to start in the NBA, where New York City continues to prepare for Thursday's championship parade, at which point somewhere between 3 and 5 million people are expected to take to the streets and celebrate the Knicks' first championship in 53 years. And based on the past 2 weeks, they'll probably try to beat up a Spurs fan, if they see one. Thursday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern, that's when we're going to start it. The parade will originate near Battery Park in Lower Manhattan. By noon, we should have some wild videos on social media. Big Bet Bennett, it's good to see you on this Tuesday morning. My first question, did you see yesterday's wild video, specifically OG Anunoby on Good Morning America? He didn't appear to be sober there. Do you think he'll be sober by the time the parade starts or concludes?
Oh, I mean, isn't it like customary to have a few bevs during the parade?
I remember
Marc Gasol catching a beer.
I remember
chugging it. Yeah,
I think I remember Marc Gasol, proud Lausanne Collegiate School graduate. I think I remember him being publicly intoxicated in the streets of Toronto.
Memphis Grizzlies legend.
Or Memphis Grizzlies legend.
Yeah, I think you got to put that in there too.
Yeah, I forgot about that part.
Yeah. He was here for a minute.
He was here for a minute. Marc Gasol, Memphis Grizzlies legend. I think I remember him being publicly intoxicated in the streets of Toronto after helping the Raptors win a championship with Kawhi Leonard, who went on to circumvent salary cap rules.
Yeah, that's accurate. That's accurate. But he got him a title.
And they celebrated
matters,
in part by getting drunk. So you think OG, on a scale of 1 to 7, how high do you think OG was on Good Morning America? On a scale of 1 to 7, how high do you think OG will be Thursday?
Well, on a scale of 1 to 7 for that Good Morning America appearance, I'd say solid 6. I mean,
I was going to say 8 or 9.
Yeah, he was pretty blasted. And I saw people pointing this out, and it's very true. You got to have a little awareness in that situation. Bro, you got to bring your shades. You got to wear your sunglasses.
It would be weird if I showed up on Good Morning America wearing sunglasses. But there is nothing out of place about a professional athlete showing up, specifically a professional basketball player. Like you see the studio shows, whether it's NBC, Peacock.
Right.
I mean, Carmelo Anthony might be in studio indoors in sunglasses. So it wouldn't have been out of place for OG Anunoby to show up on Good Morning America with sunglasses. And with the benefit of hindsight, it seems pretty clear that he should have done that, because if you allow me to do my own scale of 1 to 7, on a scale of 1 to 7, OG, he looked like about a 12. He was super high, buddy. Woo!
That's why I wear sunglasses everywhere.
Yes.
Because that way just everyone's like, oh, Bennett just always wears sunglasses.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He must have sensitive eyes.
I actually do.
He's just high as F.
No, I have sensitive eyes.
I actually
pigments.
do.
I do.
I
yes.
actually do have sensitive eyes. I can't drive without sunglasses anymore.
I cannot either.
I can't be outside. If I walk to my mailbox in the middle of the day without sunglasses, I almost have to walk out like this. I'm not exaggerating. My eyes are very sensitive now. What do you think that means? Probably should ask an optometrist instead of you.
But then I've seen other people suggest that that to combat that, you shouldn't wear sunglasses. That you're just contributing to your own problems.
Well,
you have to face the sun.
I think I have a pretty good track record of contributing to my own problems.
Yeah, so I don't know, but I like my shades.
Yeah, I think I like my shades too.
Yeah.
And this feels like one of those things where we've gotten to a place in society where we're just outsmarting ourselves. The entire origin of sunglasses is to keep the sun out of your eyes.
Yeah.
And now you got people telling you that the real trick is just let the sun hit your eyes.
That's right. Yeah, they say it's healthy for you. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I see online. So I don't know. You believe everything you see online.
It feels like one of them every 5 or 8 years they'll be like, what you really should do is just eat meat. Eat meat all the time and don't eat carbs, and that's how you'll be healthy and skinny forever. And I'm like, all right, cool. I like meat. Let's do that. And then just as soon as you get comfortable, they're like, what you should stop doing is eating all that meat.
Yeah.
Your heart's going to explode. And I'm like, what? What do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
He should have put on sunglasses, regardless of what people are saying about the impact the sun has on your eyes or not. I think OG should have put on sunglasses because it would have been less obvious that he was super duper high. We can't show you the video because copyrights and I don't know. But just search it on Twitter or anywhere you can search things. I assume most of you have already seen it. If not, you should see it. It is hilarious. They ask him a question. He's sitting there with 4 of his teammates. Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, you know the crew. And he's sitting there, and they ask him a question, specifically a question about Mike Brown. It's like, hey, OG, it's like, I want to ask you a question on TV. Mike Brown, tell me how he brings everybody together. And let me show you what OG Anunoby did. We can't show the video, but I can show you to the best of my ability what he did. You asked me how Mike Brown brought us together.
Hey, OG, just let me know. I want to get your thoughts on how Mike Brown was able to bring this Knicks team together. OG over here. Question for OG Anunoby.
At this point, his teammates bust out laughing.
That's so good.
They can't even look at him, all right? They can't even look at him. He has reached the point where he is so high, he's not even hearing what's going on. And even if he can't hear it, he can't compute the words and get them out. He was in no condition to speak publicly, perhaps even privately, yesterday morning on TV. But I'm glad he gave it a shot.
I am too.
Meantime, Mikal Bridges was drunk on IG Live.
I saw some of this too. This is good.
Vibing to Coldplay. Also hilarious. All of this makes me love the Knicks even more.
Yeah, it's been this is setting up to be a fun little tour. Yeah,
I can relate to them way more than I can relate to, say, Victor Wembanyama training with monks. Like, this makes more sense. The Knicks don't want to train with monks. They just want to clock in, do their job, win a championship, clock out, and get effed up. That's more my style. That's more my way of doing it. I got a job to do. I'm going to do my job. Is the job over? All right. Let's enjoy the rest of the day. Like OG Anunoby. I know he looks stupid on national television. High as F, staring into space with everybody laughing at. But I promise you, OG, he was so at peace in that moment. He was doing exactly what he wanted to do. Just sitting there, super high, quiet, keeping to himself, thinking about whatever, happier than you can possibly imagine. I admire that. At some point, somebody told OG Anunoby, hey, man, you know you got to be on Good Morning America on Monday morning in downtown Manhattan. And his response was, I assume, cool. I'll be there, but I might not be able to speak. Might not be able to speak coherently or at all. Fair enough. Made for a hilarious moment on TV. Only thing that man was missing was a recliner and a remote control.
Yeah.
Just put him in a recliner and hand him a remote control and let him be high in peace. Real legend. OG Anunoby. Can he chase down block? Yes. Can he tip in for the win? Obviously so. Can he speak coherently on 100 milligrams? It doesn't look like it. He proved it on Good Morning America. How long? 6 months, 1 year, longer or shorter will it take for somebody to put I'm High as OG on GMA in a rap song?
Oh, that's in
coming.
the works. That's in the works.
That's
in the works as we speak, yeah.
That's happening. Meantime, did you see the James Dolan speech that went viral yesterday? Okay. So, I don't know if you know this. We ain't the only people with a podcast.
Yeah,
you and I.
Right.
Everybody's
James
got one.
Dolan has a pod?
No, but like...
He's on a pod.
Yeah, well...
Sorta.
Maybe you should let me tell you the story.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right, let's stop guessing and just let me tell you.
All right, what's going on?
You know Jalen Brunson.
I do know him.
Finals MVP, he's a short king.
Yep.
Legend forever. He was on a podcast, and he and Josh Hart had video of James Dolan talking to the team, addressing the team, just before the start of the playoffs. 5 games left in the regular season. James Dolan gathers the team and gives this, what I think you could describe as an impassioned speech. I mean, he had his little notes, but he's just picture James Dolan, owner of the Knicks, piece of paper in front of him, and he's talking to the team. And in real time, I guess it must have felt weird or unusual at the very least. But looking back on it, I think you can reasonably assume that it might have worked or helped or sparked something. So he's talking to the team, and he sits down with them. 5 games left in the regular season. And he says, hey, I don't know if you guys know this or understand it as well as I do, but you can win a championship. You're good enough to do this. And I know this season hasn't gone perfectly, and I know that there's been some push and pull between the coach and the players and all of that stuff, but I am telling you, your former coach, Tom Thibodeau, he laid the foundation for this. He got you to this point. But this man, Mike Brown, he's the guy who can take you to the next place. He's got the answers. He knows how to get you where you all say you want to go. Trust him. Don't fight him. Listen to your coach. Do what he says. You're about to take a test. He knows all the answers. He'll give them to you, but you have to accept them. And he even, like, with a chuckle, said, and like, you know, perhaps there's a benefit to abstaining from sex with your girlfriends or wives or anybody over the next 10 weeks or so. You know, there is some, stuff that I've read that suggests like that is the best way to stay sharp and on edge and whatever. And don't tell your wives and girlfriends it was my idea, but like he was just throwing it all out there.
Yeah.
And he's more or less said, I don't think you understand if you get this done, it will change all of your lives forever. You can go on to be president of the United States someday. And that'll get mentioned in your obituary. But right at the top, it's going to be 2026 NBA champion. Was among the players that helped bring New York's franchise its first championship in 53 years. It's in front of you. So let's focus. Let's lock in. You as players are good enough to do it. That man, your coach, is good enough to do it. You guys get on the same page? You can go do it. Let's do it. They won the next 4 games, rested all the starters in the final regular season finale, and then went 16-3 in the playoffs and won the championship. I don't know if you can put it on James Dolan, but the fact that Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson were comfortable putting it out there after the fact suggests that I don't know how they felt in the room in the moment, but it felt like that they got something from it. That's kind of an interesting development. James Dolan, controversial owner among professional sports owners in the United States for a variety of reasons, but it sounds like he, at the very least, tried to and perhaps impacted his basketball team in a tangible way before they went on what was a historic run that I don't think anybody saw coming.
Did anyone confirm if the abstaining was a part of the? Did it work?
I did not hear.
Do we know that if they followed through on that?
I don't think everybody would have fallen through on that.
Sugar Sean does that, and he knocked a dude out in like 30 seconds on Sunday.
Would you follow through on that? If I said, Bennett, you could be producer of the year. Change your life forever. One day you die. Daily Memphian does a bio on you, obituary on you. It'd be Bennett Doyle. Longtime producer, Gary Parrish Show. Producer of the year in 2026. Has passed away at the age of whatever. I hope it's 1 million. I said, you could have all that in your obituary. You could die as a former winner, podcast producer of the year. But you're going to have to zip it up for 10 weeks. You willing to do it? How bad do you want this? How bad do you want this?
Well, the argument is that it gives you energy, that you're, how do I put this delicately? When you release yourself, you're releasing energy that could be stored in your body. That's what these athletes say. I didn't say it. I'm saying that's what Sugar Sean says before he goes and knocks a dude out on the White House lawn.
The energy that would otherwise be.
I'm preserving my energy. I'm not releasing it.
Instead, I'm going to release it
with a punch
on this man's face. Is that
now,
what's going on?
At the same time, I saw Jake Paul says he does this too, and didn't he lose his last?
Yeah.
So
imagine abstaining for 10 weeks just to get your face broken.
I don't know. I think we need more.
Worth it.
I think we need more evidence to see if this works or not.
Yeah, I think I'd have to settle on. Assuming I was a young, healthy man, I think I'd have to settle on. You know what? I don't think I needed that energy anyway. Yeah, I think I'd just be like, I don't know. I bet Michael Jordan never abstained for 10 weeks. I think I'd probably just settle in there.
Yeah.
Did Michael Jordan do this?
I doubt it.
I doubt it.
It's highly doubtful.
It's highly doubtful. And he still did okay.
He did fine.
Y'all call him the GOAT. if Michael Jordan didn't need to do this, I don't know why I need to do this.
Right.
I think that's where I would settle in. But hey, I'm not the one high on Good Morning America.
Right.
You know?
Right.
I'm not the one that just won a championship. I'm not the one that's got a parade scheduled for Thursday. So maybe the joke's on me.
Yeah.
I'll ask Kevin Hayes what he thinks next.
Each challenge is unique, so each game plan is customized to identify opportunity and the path to victory. It's true in basketball, it's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle with personalized planning and advice. Play hard, bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by May 30th, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
The heaviest metal credit card of all time. Rumored to be one of only 18 in existence. Plated with the very same tungsten that forged the International Space Station. And wielded at business dinners like a samurai sword. It's a classic corporate power move. But the real power move? Having end-to-end visibility on your most critical shipments. FedEx, the new power move.
New Amsterdam Vodka is an official partner of the Memphis Grizzlies. It's the only exceptionally smooth vodka that is 5 times distilled, 3 times filtered, and rated 93 points. New Amsterdam believes wins big and small become legendary when you celebrate them with your crew. So here's to the blue, white, and gold, the Memphis grit and grind, and reliving winning moments big and small with Tennessee's favorite basketball team. New Amsterdam Vodka. Find your wins.
Sacramento King fans, whatever you do, do not swipe. De'Aaron Fox, they fire Mike Brown.
Oh, no.
Tyrese Halliburton.
Oh, no.
Oh, man. Oh, no. 5 NBA Finals appearances in the last 4 years for people that were in the Kings facility.
The Chris Vernon Show, live on weekdays at noon on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Grizzlies, take your fandom to the next level by becoming an MVP.
How long have you been an MVP?
Since day one.
Enjoy the great benefits of being a season ticket member. Pre-game MVP moments, including Autograph Alley, exclusive Grizz Gear deals, access to member or MVP-only player events, and much more.
He's been an MVP for 22 years!
Become a Grizzlies MVP today.
Parrish Show presented by Ortho South. We're inside the Built Ford Tough studio, FedEx Forum. On Tuesdays, Evan Hayes joins me, covers the Grizzlies for SI Now. He's here right now. Evan Hayes, how are you?
Doing good, GP. Can't complain. How are you doing?
I'm hanging in there.
Yes,
I got no complaints as well.
Yes,
It's
sir.
Tuesday. The Knicks wrapped up the NBA Finals this past weekend, beat the Spurs 4-1 despite San Antonio leading by at least 12 points in all 5 games, including the 4 losses. Needless to say, that's a collapse. Does that say something about the Knicks? Does it say more about the Spurs? Is it age and experience? You watched all 5 games. To what do you account the way those games unfolded?
I definitely think the Spurs beat themselves more than the Knicks won the championship. I'm not trying to discredit the Knicks because obviously they had a great run. They went 16-3 in this playoff run, and obviously they took care of business. But San Antonio made mistakes in every one of those games. Like you said, up by at least 12 in every single one of those games. There was bad late game decisions. There was bad shot selection. There was some coaching mishaps. It just seems like New York was waiting their time and just waiting for San Antonio to collapse and them just take advantage of it.
You know, Wembanyama has said multiple times that he can't, in his own words, that he more or less can't believe or understand that they lost, how they lost, given that they dominated much of the series. And his point is specific about we were up in every game. We actually had the lead nearly 75% of the time in the series. And that all makes sense to me. But Nick Wright, among others, have counterpointed that with, you didn't dominate anything. if you watch the Kentucky Derby or the Belmont, a horse race, and there's a horse that every time it races, it's leading the race at the first turn, at the second turn, at the third turn, for 3/4 of the race, but then it loses the race every single time. We never look at that horse and go, man, that horse dominated that race. We look at that horse and we simply say that horse fell apart at the end. That horse lost because it fell apart at the end. It doesn't know how to pace itself. It doesn't know how to close the race. We don't talk about dominating unless you actually win it. Why are we doing it with the Spurs? I understand that as well. What do you make of that?
I completely agree with you and Nick Wright. I saw the stat that the Spurs led 72% of the series. Yeah. And you look at that, you look at the box scores, you can say, oh, well, they were in all of those games. When we actually look at the totality of those games, New York just did what they had to execute down the stretch to win. I'm looking at a stat right now. In the first quarter, the Spurs outscored New York in all 5 games by 57. In the second quarter, they outscored them by 29. But in the second half, the Knicks outscored them by 14 in the third quarter and 26 in the fourth quarter. That just shows the team that did not know how to close games like they needed down the stretch. And I feel like age and experience was the main factor in that. Of course, the average age on that team was around 25, I believe. And it seemed like they were just kind of out of sorts in the fourth quarter. In Game 4 and Game 5, it didn't seem like no one wanted the ball down the stretch. De'Aaron Fox, he made all the mistakes that I'm not blaming him, but he's the point guard in that situation. You're 28 years old.
He's the veteran point
guard in this situation. It seemed like he was out of sorts. Wemby didn't want the ball. Harper, he played well, but even down the stretch, they seemed unsettling. So, of course, New York had a great run. Jalen Brunson averaged 34 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. OG Anunoby averaged over 20 points. Cat shot the ball well. New York did what they had to do to win the game. But I feel like San Antonio will walk away from this series saying we lost that series, we let that series go more than New York was a better team.
So the Knicks do what they got to do to get the job done. Job done, and it sounds like they've been partying ever since.
Yes, they have.
OG was on Good Morning America, like there. I know people are using words like seemingly high or looked high or appeared high. Like there's no other explanation. That's just high.
Yes,
that's just super duper high.
Yes.
That's not drunk. That's because drunk is like you might not be. Drunk is drunk and high is high, and that is super duper high. Mikal Bridges, that seemed more like drunk on IG. Like if you ever want to know the difference between drunk and high, go look at the OJ Anunoby video from yesterday and go look at the Mikal Bridges video from yesterday. One guy was drunk, one guy was high. What's that parade going to look like Thursday?
I don't want to imagine the amount of pain and suffering the New York Police Department is about to go through on, what you said, Thursday?
Yeah.
The city was already almost underground this weekend. So just imagine 5,000 drunk New Yorkers just parting their ears off. Oh, I wish I could just be a fly on the wall. At least get like an aerial helicopter view about how everything's going to look like, because obviously that city's been wanting this for 53 years, and the fact they finally got it, they're going to party like it's 1999.
I can't stop thinking about, because I know that this exists. I know that this family exists. I don't know who they are, but this is a real family that experienced this over the past week. They just planned a trip to New York.
Just chill.
They didn't think through it anything
They're
more
not
than
sports
that.
fans at
They
all.
don't care about the World Cup. They don't care about the Knicks. They don't care about the NBA. They just were like going to see the arts or whatever.
Yeah.
And suddenly you're in Manhattan and the place is Jesus Christ.
They were vandalizing trucks and buses and flipping cars.
Like I can't imagine what that's like if you have no context for like what you were walking into. It's like, we're in the city, let's get up and go for a walk. And it's like, what is going on?
It feels like a team, like a family from Germany or something that has like no idea what's going on.
Well, you did get like Brazilian soccer fans who were there specifically for the World Cup and could not have possibly reasonably planned to be in the middle of a Knicks celebration / war zone. So, so the whole thing has just been hilarious to watch. And there are going to be some people who've spent the past week or so in New York with no interest in the World Cup and no interest in the NBA, who are going to have stories forever about things that they saw and heard and witnessed, because it has been wild, and I imagine Thursday is going to be wild as well. Yep. Yesterday, the video surfaced of James Dolan, Knicks owner, addressing the team with 5 games left in the regular season, and like seemingly speaking, like from the heart, it felt like it was important for him to sit down. He doesn't do this type of thing often. I don't imagine owners do this type of thing often with professional sports franchises outside of maybe Jerry Jones.
Yeah.
And we were able to see the video now because Jalen Brunson, Josh Hart put it out there for the world to see. But he was like, I don't know if you guys recognize you can really do this. And if you do it, it will change all of your lives forever. The rest of your life will be different than your life has ever been. If you are NBA champion, 2026 New York Knicks, and even sort of, I think half joking, half not joking, suggested abstaining from sex for the next 10 weeks could be helpful in our pursuit of excellence. Do you subscribe to that at all? If I told you I was training for a marathon and among the things I was going to do to maximize everything is, abstain for, would you say, GP, that sounds smart, or would you say you sound like a lunatic?
It's funny. I didn't see the video, but I did see Mikal Bridges on his drunk IG live alluded to this, so I did have a little pretense of this. As a former track athlete and as the other side of that, I think that is a good way of action.
That's a real thing.
That's a real thing. Like, I'm not going to say my teammate's name in my undergraduate.
No, say his name and social security number. I want his social too.
If he's watching this, he knows exactly who he is. It was before our conference championship my freshman year, and his girlfriend came down to surprise him, before we were in like North Carolina or something like that. And he was prepared to run, and he was on the first leg of our opening 4x100 relay, and he did not have a good leg. And we were wondering, like, what happened? Like, He's like, oh yeah, me and so-and-so, we was like, you dumb mother. And we was like, what is wrong with you? Why would you do this the night before? Because we were out of town. So she came to the hotel room. He was my roommate. So I'm glad I wasn't his roommate, because I would have probably beat the mess out of him if I knew his girlfriend was trying to come and do all that.
Would you have C-blocked?
Yes, I definitely would have, because
you're a C-blocker.
In that situation, you understand, GP.
Okay.
GP.
I'm trying to understand.
This was a conference championship, the biggest meet of the year. Can you please calm down for one night? After this one day, you can do whatever you want, but do not do that the night before. So after that,
you're like a younger James Dolan.
In that instance, I definitely was, but he didn't tell anybody. That's why we were all on his case, because his legs were dead going into the race, and we had we underperformed. We thought we thought we had a good chance of getting a medal. We missed out on a medal that year because our opening leg was getting busy the night before, and he didn't have a good race. So the next year, he wasn't on the relay.
Oh, he lost his job.
He lost his job. A freshman
for lack of discipline.
For lack of discipline, a freshman came in, took his opening leg spot. I was on the anchor leg, and we broke the school record and got our first medal in school history in that event. So, things happen when you're not disciplined, man.
Is it advantageous in the track world to not be a player? Is the freshman who took Buddy's place, was he just limited in his options? In other words, you look at one guy and you say, how could you do this the night before? But what if it's, because I could.
Yeah, because
the reason you didn't is because you couldn't. And if you were me, you would have.
I think in the
track, how do you respond to that?
As someone
if she'd have knocked on your hotel room, then what are we doing?
As someone that had a girlfriend during my athletic career, I feel like you can have your cake and eat it too if you do it at the proper times. Like, my girlfriend at the time knew we weren't gonna do anything. If I had a workout coming up the next day, or if I had a big meet, we were not gonna do anything. You can be a player, but you have to know the time and place. If it's like a 28 to 48 hours before a competition, I advise you not to do that.
Bennett, I think we're learning something. You said Sean O'Malley subscribed.
It's a real thing.
Bennett said it was real. I was skeptical.
Like, I can't speak for all other sports, for football or basketball, but at least because I was a halfway decent track athlete, I definitely made sure to not do that. Also, don't get in the pool before as well. That kills your legs and kills your central nervous system.
Can't do anything fun.
Hey, man, if you want to be an elite athlete, you got to make sacrifices. That's one of those things.
Well, I don't want to be an elite athlete. I don't want to be an elite athlete. I just want to be in a pool.
But you can't do it.
Do you think this is why I didn't become an elite athlete?
It may have had a small part to do with it. Maybe a small part. You're very, you're Rolling Stone out here in your heyday. So
I just think I think I might have messed it up.
You messed up your chances, man.
Yeah, with the benefit of looking back, I don't think I took anything seriously enough.
So, like in high school, when you were being a soccer player and basketball player, you were having your cake and eat it too at that time.
If I could,
I respect it.
I mean, I respect it. This is the difference in where you grew up and where you were doing and what I was doing.
Yeah,
you as teammates were holding each other accountable.
Exactly.
Don't do that. You're hurting the team. We were like trying to hook up with each other's girlfriends.
Y'all are back doing each other on the team.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yeah. Not only were we not focused, we were like really not focused.
Oh yeah. We was on that team. I was shout out Milligan University. We were definitely not going because it's crazy to think about it. Everyone on the team had a girlfriend. Like even the freshman that came in that took the guy's spot, he had a girlfriend on the team.
This is how I know we're gonna be okay.
Yeah, like
this is how I know we're gonna be okay.
Yeah,
because I look at the next generation, your generation, and like already you're just better than we were.
Hey, it's a lot of things that we do wrong too, so don't give us too much credit.
I feel safe assuming that you're just better than we were.
Yeah, we have more information. I think we're more informed than the previous generation.
I mean this sincerely. Like I look at my oldest son and I go, he's just better than me. Like he's smarter, he's more disciplined, he's kinder, he's just better. And like I look at you, I mean this, and I'm encouraged by when I meet young people for the most part, I am encouraged by them.
Yeah, that's great.
I'm impressed by I think it's a natural thing for older people to go, and these kids these days, and I don't really see that. I see some of it. I've
definitely
got the internet. I got you.
Yeah.
But just in my interactions with young people, I am typically impressed by them, impressed by them, perhaps just in going, man, they're not doing the stupid stuff I was doing when I was their age. Yeah, I don't see a lot of young people doing the dumb stuff I was doing when I was young, and that's good.
Yeah,
I think that's good.
Appreciate that.
All right, stay on the right track. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
For sure.
You're teaching us today. All right, fine.
Sure.
If I ever need to be disciplined, I'll consider.
If you have a 5K coming up, or
not gonna have a 5K coming up.
If there's a parent-teacher basketball
they would
game,
have to sentence me to a 5K. The only way I'm going to end up at a 5K is if I do something wrong, and punishment is you have to go run a 5K.
Well, if there's like a parent-teacher baseball game or basketball game you have to do in the next few years, you can tell Mrs. Parrish maybe this maybe not the best.
I think about the most competitive thing I got coming up is 18 holes in a cart.
In a cart. That is a great. As someone that doesn't golf, I can only imagine how the difference between a track athlete and a golfer is.
I would say the golf thing's a little more relaxing, a little less intense.
I could definitely see that.
more my speed. Yeah. Let's talk to you about a couple pieces you wrote over the past week. One is about prospects the Grizzlies could, if the goal is to move up in the draft from 16, prospects that might be worth moving up for. And among them is Darius Acuff Jr.,
yes, sir,
the one-and-done star guard from Arkansas, who led the SEC in both points and assists, became the first player to do that per game since Pete Maravich at LSU. So special talent, undeniably. You described him in your piece as the best guard in the draft. Defend that. And I'm not even arguing with you because he might be. I'm just interested in, not many people describe him that way. They describe him a lot of different ways, but not that way. Why did you describe him that way?
The reason why I say that, and you list off some of his accolades, he was SC Player of the Year, First Team All-American. He was the Bob Cousy Point Guard of the Year award. He has all the accolades to prove it, but I believe in guys that are floor raisers. We talked about this a few weeks ago that Arkansas didn't have at least another definitive first-round draft pick on their roster. And every time Darius Acuff Jr. was on the floor, they had a puncher's chance against everybody they played until they ran into the buzzsaw that was Arizona in NCAA tournament. Mm-hmm. Right? Yep. I believe in when you're drafting a guy that high and a guy at his size that can do the things that he does, I feel like you're going to have a puncher's chance no matter what guys he has around him. Like you said, he averaged 26 and 6 this past season. We just saw the NBA champion right now and the finals MVP is around that size, can score at all three levels, and is elite at creating his own shot and for others.
Oh, I think Acuff is actually a little bigger than Brunson.
Yeah, because I think he's 6'3", right?
Yeah. He's a little bigger.
He's a little bigger. He's a little stockier. Well, maybe not stockier.
He is small for his position, but still bigger than the reigning finals MVP. Yeah.
So if you look at the correlation between those two guys, what he did at Arkansas, I don't feel like there's another guard that can raise the floor of your team as good as Darius Acuff.
So I wouldn't describe him as the best guard in the draft, if only because Darren Peterson exists. Yeah. I might select Keaton Wagler ahead of him as well for a variety of reasons. But I wouldn't fight with you about this because this is going to be one where if he does become that, like you look up and it's – I remember when the Grizzlies drafted Ja Morant. Before it went the wrong way, it was going the right way.
Yes, it was.
And I remember having this thought. I think the night Mike Conley came back to play against the Grizzlies for the first time.
Yeah, it was at home. Yep.
I took the family. I wanted everybody to be there. My kids had not gotten to know Mike, but had been around him a little bit to where they felt like they knew Mike Conley. And I was like, Mike's coming back. Do you want to go see Mike? And they they felt like they were going to see somebody they knew. And so we went. And I remember having this thought that night because the Grizzlies the only reason Mike Conley wasn't playing for the Grizzlies that night is because the Grizzlies got second in the lottery and we're going to draft John Morant, and we knew this was, where it's time to split up.
Yep.
Everybody understood the score. And the hope was always that John Morant would be better than Mike Conley. What I remember is very early in his rookie year, maybe even that night, going, oh, wow, he's already better. Yeah. Like, you can already see it. Like, he's already the better basketball player. And I say that to say, I think with very early into this rookie year, we're going to be able to look at Darius Acuff, and it's either going to pop or it's not. You're either going to look at this very early and go, we told you he was too small and he didn't guard anybody, and now look, he looks small and he's not guarding anybody, and he's getting played out of games and blah 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 blah. It doesn't mean he's not good, but like that's why he wasn't a top 5 pick. You're going to see that, or he's going to be amazing, and you're going to go, what did you not see? How many times do people have to tell you he led the SEC in scoring and assists? First player to do it since Pete Maravich. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander played in the SEC and never did this. John Wall played in the SEC and never did this. John Calipari told you this kid's special. Sean Miller played against him and said, I don't know why you're not talking about him as the number 1 pick in the draft. It was all in front of you. How could you not see it? I think both of those things are in play. I don't know which one's true, but you're going to be able to do that with Acuff as much as you can with any prospect.
I believe so, and we talked about this a few weeks ago as situation matters, but the reason why I believe Acuff is just that good is I feel like a thing you see in all these top prospects is if you look at the evolution of their game since high school or whenever they start recording their games and posting on YouTube, they play the dang near the exact same way. Like, and when he played for IMG, he was still scoring at all 3 levels. Elite to get into his spots, played with great pace. On the FIBA U19 team, I know he was the all first team for that tournament. Played the exact same way. He goes to college, plays the exact same way. When they're able to, because a lot of time when you get to college or higher levels of basketball, you kind of get restricted on what you can and cannot do because of the system and the coaches have their own philosophy and things like that. And you've seen that with guys in all the years you covered college basketball. But the fact that he's been that guy, and he plays the same exact role on almost every team he's been on, and he's had success at that, I can't see a reason why that isn't the case when he gets to the NBA. And I feel like you can see that trend with a lot of these top guys that if they play the exact same way and they're successful at that, all they're going to do is get better and learn more on the next level, and they're just going to take those lessons and have a successful career.
So another player you have on this list of possible targets if the Grizzlies move up, Kingston Fleming's the lead guard out of Houston, who I'm a fan of as well. I think you and I are on the same page here. Obviously, the deal's got to make sense or you don't do it, but if there's a sensible deal to be made where you take whatever you take at 3, it looks like at this point it would probably be Cameron Boozer or Darren Peterson.
Could be.
If Boozer's off the board and Peterson's still there, or Peterson's off the board, Boozer's there, I would bet at this point, a week out from the draft, one of those guys is going to be introduced at FedEx Forum late next week. Mm-hmm. And then the question becomes, do you try to package the 16th pick with future assets or whatever assets to move into the top 10 to maybe get one of these guys? Do you have a ranking in your head of these lead guard prospects? Keaton Wagler, Kingston Flemings, Darius Acuff, Michael Brown Jr. I think those are the 4 that get thrown together. Do you have them in any order? Which one would you most like to move up for if it presented itself? Acuff?
Yeah, Acuff is my number 1. Wagler is my 2. And the only reason why I don't have Wagler in my article is because I feel like he's more better suited as a combo guard. I don't see him as a true point guard. Of course, he's bigger, around 6'5", 6'6". And if you're going to throw up a lineup with Cedric Howard as your starting shooting guard or Jalen Wills, whoever you have that starting to, I feel like Wagler doesn't fit as well in that position. And Flemings will be my number 3. I see him as a true floor general, that he can score at all 3 levels, but he doesn't need the ball in his hands necessarily. He played on, of course, a very talented Houston team where there was some games where he wasn't the main option scorer, but he was still affecting the game with his passing. He shot 38.7% from the 3-point line this year, and he's athletic enough where he can make plays at the rim, and also he's very good defensively. He was topped in the Big 12 in getting steals, like off-ball steals and passing lanes. I would love Flemings as well. So, and Mikael Brown Jr. would be my fourth guy. So, if for the Grizzlies, it would be Acuff, Flemings, and then Mikael Brown Jr. I just expect Mikael Brown Jr. to have a little bit of better year at Louisville. Still a great prospect. If he is in a Grizzlies jersey next year, I would not be upset as well. I just think Flemings and Acuff, with their scoring ability, is a little bit better than Mikael Brown Jr. as a natural scorer in that point guard role.
On Kingston Flemings, one of the things I like is when I know, based on conversations I've had or things that I've heard, when I know the college coach loved the player. Because that's not always true. Sometimes these coaches, they just spent 5 months with a player, 6 months, whatever, and they're like, he's a jerk, he's a pain in the ass, he's a bad guy, whatever. And I can just tell you, matter-of-factly, after talking to Kelvin Sampson, the Houston coach, about Flemings, like, absolutely loves him as a player, but also as a person. Like Kelvin has told me before, and I don't think this is a hard and fast rule. There's got to be some wiggle room with everything. But more or less, he has said, like, I recruit families. I don't recruit basketball players. I recruit I'm intrigued by a basketball player, but then I look at the family, and if the family stuff's not right, I don't want to get involved. So I was like, what kind of family? Kingston Fleming's got the best. Like, I can't remember what they do, but mom's great, dad's great. But here's something Kelvin told me. Because I asked him, like, did you know how good he was going to be? Because Flemings was not projected one and done top 10 pick. He was not even really expected to be a one and done. Yeah. Do you know how good he's going to be? No. That's the answer. Kelvin said, no. But first practice, he was our best player. And he was our best player. Like, first practice, turned it over a million times, but was clearly our best player. And I didn't know that until that practice, but I knew it within a couple hours. To be able to see that quickly suggests there's something special there. And so if the Grizzlies ended up with, say, a combination of Cameron Boozer, Kingston Flemings, that's a pretty easy thing to get excited about as we, pivot to a new direction.
The thing is about Flemings that I love so much is I feel like a little bit more better than Acuff. He's a more natural passer. So if you have Acuff, he's going to be competing with Boozer or Cedric Howard. That's the number one option on this team. And you're going to go through those growing pains of who's going to get the most shots and things like that, because Acuff is an offensive dynamo. That's how I describe him. Like, he's going to put the ball in the bucket at an elite level at a high clip and get up a lot of shots, high volume score. Flemings can do either one. I feel like he will mesh a little bit better naturally with a Boozer or a Cedric Howard or Gigi Jackson or Zach Edey, because he's a more natural passer, and I feel like it may be a better fit than Acuff. I would love Acuff because I feel like he raises the floor and the ceiling of this team better. When it comes to a natural fit, I feel like Flemings can do that because I feel like he showed at Houston that he doesn't have to be the primary scorer to be effective in the game. And that's why I love those type of players. They just make positive things happen on the floor, offensively and defensively. So that's another thing about Flemings that you pointed out that I think Grizzlies fans should be excited for as well.
Let me get you out of here with this. Another piece you've got up right now, SI.com. It's headlined this way: ESPN's ranking of the Grizzlies is short-sighted. You go on to mention that they did power rankings heading into next season, and the Grizzlies are listed as the 5th worst team, according to ESPN. The betting markets are similar. They were 3rd from the bottom. Obviously, Jaren Jackson is gone. Desmond Bane is gone. John Morant is expected to be moved sometime soon.
Yeah.
But the Grizzlies are going to have the 3rd pick, perhaps another top 10 pick. Zach Edey, fingers crossed, will be healthy. Cedric Howard. You say ESPN's ranking is short-sighted, surface level. They didn't look deep enough. Explain what you meant.
I feel like they weren't looking at the totality of what Memphis has in the near future. We have over $30 million in cap space. We have a $28.9 million trade exception. And, of course, we listed all the future draft pick and draft assets that we have. If you hit at that number 3 pick, no matter if it's Boozer or a Peterson, you draft up into the top 10. And then you have all the all the financial flexibility in the offseason to make these moves and really curate this roster the way you want it. I can very much see this team being very competitive next year. I'm not saying that's a playoff team. I'm not saying that's a play-in team. But I feel like the 25-57 record last year was not a direct correlation how good this basketball team was, because we saw a lot of times during the second half of the year with a lot of guys that should not have been on the court. We were competitive for about 2.5 quarters, and it seems like someone made the call and said, okay, let's take the foot off the gas. We're still trying to lose basketball games and things of that nature. We saw Gigi Jackson, Jalen Wills all having better production in the second half of the year post All-Star break when they had more offensive responsibility. We saw how good Ty Jerome was in the 20 games that he played. I can see him, if no matter he's a starting point guard or the backup point guard next year, being better if he's healthy. And of course, it obviously depends on Zach Edey being healthy. Of course, he had multiple procedures to get his ankle and shoulder. I think it was a shoulder, right? It was an elbow.
He's had a bunch of stuff
going. So I just think with the financial flexibility we have, the people we have in-house, and the assets we're about to bring in, plus all the options, and it seems like Zach Kleiman wants to have a competitive basketball team. I know he said that at the trade deadline in February. This isn't going to be a long, be terrible for 5 years drawn-out process. And I truly believe that. And I feel like he knows the city wants a team to get behind and players that want to suit up every night and want to play. So I'm confident if he brings those guys in, I can see us being a 40 to 45 win team next year. Does that mean being competitive with the top teams in the Western Conference? No. But I feel like going into next year, there aren't 5 worse teams than Memphis. I feel like we have a brighter future than a good percentage of the league.
I agree. I'm not delusional. I'm not expecting the Grizzlies in year 2 under Tuomas Isalo to compete with the Spurs and the Thunder at the top of the West. But can you compete with whomever for 10th in the West? Can you be playing meaningful games? 10 games left in the regular season. Do they matter?
Yep.
That's what I'm hopeful of. I'm hopeful that the college basketball season will wrap up. I'll put my suitcase up and I'll be like, all right, now it's time to take the boys to FedEx Forum for the last handful of regular season games because they really matter. And on the drive down, we can talk about the standings. Hey, guys, half game back of this, 2 games ahead of that. If the season ended today, it'd be a play-in game against here. And if you win that one, then it's that. I'd like to have those conversations. We didn't get to have any conversation like that this year.
No, we did not.
I'm hopeful we get to have those conversations, and I don't think it's crazy to think that we will.
I don't think it's crazy at all. I really think that Zach Kleiman is going to have this roster looking completely different started of the season this year than they did last year. And I feel like that's going to be a team that the city and investors and ticket holders can get behind. I think Zach Kleiman wants to be competitive, and I truly believe that. I feel like if he hits on these draft picks, and we're going to get a surefire, or at least we think it's a surefire, all-star, All-NBA potential talent with Boozer or Peterson. Just getting that star here is going to rejuvenize the franchise a little bit. And then if you galvanize him with the right assets around whoever that is, I feel like we can be a very competitive team next year. So I have a lot more optimism going into this year than I did last year.
Again, the piece published yesterday, its headline, ESPN's ranking of the Grizzlies is short-sighted. You can find it at SI.com. That's Evan Hayes from SI Now. He's on Twitter at E11Hayes, and you can read all of his work, see everything on his website, efhayesmedia.com. That's efhayesmedia.com. You're the best, buddy. I appreciate you being here. Have a good rest of your day.
Thank you, dog.
I'll see you later. That's Evan Hayes from SI Now. Go read the piece, si.com. That's si.com. When we come back, Brendan Sorsby is going to leave Texas Tech. He's done with college football, entering the NFL supplemental draft, engulfed in a gambling controversy. I said yesterday, one way or another, I did not think he was ever going to play football for Texas Tech. The controversy had just gotten too big. Less than 24 hours later, it's over. I'll walk you through what happened next. Gary Parrish Show, presented by Ortho South.
Get ready, Grizzlies fans. It is time for the Surfside Can Shuffle. Can you keep up with the cans and find Mac the Crab?
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Kroger shoppers and Grizz fans want exclusive last-minute discounted ticket deals texted straight to you. Sign up with the new Kroger Buzzer Beater deal. Fans can sign up by texting Grizz to 636-479 Or visit your local Kroger store in the Delta Division and scan the QR code. By signing up, you agree to receive recurring automated promotional and personalized marketing text messages from the Memphis Grizzlies. Consent is not a condition of any purchase. Message frequency varies. Message and data rates may apply.
Playoff Corgi is a girl. Playoff Corgi, Air Corgi, said that the Spurs are going to win in 7 games, and so the Spurs had Air Corgi at the official finals pep rally, Women and Girls in Sports.
Did they fly that Corgi in?
I don't know the details, but the Corgi showed up at the pep rally, and I just think that's an incredible moment.
Tune in to the Jessica Benson Show with CJ Hurt live every weekday at 8 a.m. on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app.
Junior Grizzlies summer camps presented by Ortho South are the key to a slam dunk summer with over a dozen 4-day camps perfect for hoopers ages 6 to 14 looking to build fundamental skills and make unforgettable memories. With camps across the Mid-South in Tennessee, Mississippi, and Arkansas, you won't have to go far for the ultimate hoops experience this summer. Registration comes with a Junior Grizzlies jersey, lunchbox, and a basketball to take home. Don't wait, space is limited. Visit grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies today to secure a spot for a fun-filled summer. That's grizzlies.com/Junior Grizzlies.
Orthopedic injuries can be unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled, and Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since your injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either. That's because Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays, in the evenings, and even on Saturdays. So next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. Just walk in, and Ortho South will take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's orthosouth at orthosouth.org. Now I got 5 more things you need to know.
Number 1.
In a surprising twist, Texas Tech quarterback Brendan Sorsby now intends to enter the NFL supplemental draft ahead of the 2026 season. That was announced last night by the billionaire buying all of Texas Tech's best student athletes. I think we've spent a lot of time talking about this just because it's such an interesting story. I think when he was initially granted the injunction, the obvious reaction to that was, wow, and I guess he's going to play because he was going to legally be allowed to play. Wasn't scheduled to be back in court till February, weeks after the national championship game. So even if Texas Tech won the whole thing, there was no opportunity for Brendan Sorsby to be back in front of a judge before that game would be playing. So he was going to play. And the pushback, I think, was so intense, more so than Sorsby or Texas Tech could have reasonably anticipated. I certainly didn't anticipate it to be as intense as it was. But it got so overwhelming that yesterday, after we finished this show, I did the Eye on College Basketball podcast with Matt Norlander. And one of the points I made was, if I were advising Texas Tech now, keep in mind this is before everything was announced last night, I would just ask some very basic questions like, all right, even if this goes well, what do you think it's going to look and feel like? It's not going to be great. Like, a football season could go a million different ways. The only reason you are still like, you can talk about mental health, and the only reason you're standing by this guy still is because he's awesome at football. All right, we both know that. So I got you. You're standing by him and dealing with all of this because you think he's the thing that can help you win the Big 12, win a national championship. I got you. That's the best case scenario. Let's say you actually get it. You're 7-0, ranked 3rd in the country. You're 9-0, ranked 2nd in the country. You're 11-0, ranked 1st in the country. Big 12 champions, whatever. How do you think that's going to be received? Do you think people are going to celebrate it? You think they're going to applaud you? You think ESPN's going to send a crew down to Lubbock to be like, what an amazing story? No, it's going to be shit on by everybody except your fans. And you're going to be in a war with everybody. It's your fans arguing with everybody. Every time something good happens with your football team, it's going to be clouded by, yeah, but you're playing somebody who bet on his own team and shouldn't even be playing at all. Every time something good happens, it won't be celebrated. It'll be attached to that. And every time something bad happens, that's even worse maybe because you're not even getting the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's like, and Brendan Sorsby, it's 3rd and 7 against, Baylor. Throws an interception. Oh, I bet he had money on the Baylor Bears. I bet he was gambling. This is not going to be fun. It won't even be fun. That would be my point. You are standing by somebody, and if it's bad, it's going to be bad, and if it's good, it's going to be bad. So what is the point? What's the win here? You got to find a way to eject from this. You got to get out of it, and I assume that they would. And now they're out of it. Less than 24 hours later, because Sorsby pulled out. But I wouldn't be surprised if he wasn't nudged in that direction. If somebody didn't sit down and say the same things I'm saying to you to him, like, hey, this is not going to be fun for you. All right.
Well, Texas Tech made that video with like their AD and president and all that.
And it kept getting worse for them.
Yeah.
Like every time they tried to explain themselves and then over-explain themselves, it created another news cycle where everybody just said, this is crazy. Like, you can keep trying to explain why it's not, but here's a new Dan Wolken column saying this is embarrassing. And here's a new Ross Dellinger column saying, what are you doing? And here's a new Pete Thamel hit on SportsCenter, him saying, yeah, everybody's mad. Even the Big 12 wasn't fighting for Texas Tech. This isn't one where you had the league behind you. The other 15 schools in the Big 12 were all aligned against Texas Tech. You should not do this. So I think it became increasingly clear. Oh, and there were like lawsuits. Like the Big 12 went to court to try to get, the Big 12 was like, if you're going to take this to court, we'll take it to court too. It was just getting nasty. And it sounds like somebody got to Brendan Sorsby and just like, what if we let you keep the money? Could you just walk away? We don't want to tell you to walk away. But what we can tell you is that there are going to be more legal hurdles that we have to jump through. We don't know if we'll clear them. And either way, like, this is just not going to be a fun experience for anybody now. The whole world hates us. We love you, but everybody hates us. So every time you throw a touchdown pass, it's going to get mocked, ridiculed. Every time you throw an interception, people are going to say you're throwing a game. We probably all need to just move on. We don't need any of your money back, but we see this is best for everybody.
Yeah.
I bet you some conversation like that happened. And it is. It's smart. It's smart to get out of this. And now if the NFL, the supplemental draft, the way that works, I gather, is you actually just like put a bid. You say, hey, I'll give a future 3rd round pick if you'll give us this guy. And like if somebody puts a bid in, it's the highest bid, then Brendan Sorsby's your quarterback.
Yeah.
And there's some thought that NFL teams are not as concerned about this as because the issue in college is just very simple. You bet on your own team. You gambled on a competition in which the team you're associated with was playing. That's a no-no. It has always been a no-no in Major League Baseball, NFL, NBA, NHL, MLS, WNBA, you name it. We all agree. You do that, you're done. Even if you're Pete Rose, even if you're an all-time great, all-time hits leader, you get caught doing this, you are done. Even if you're Pete Rose. We all agreed for decades. There's no wiggle room here. You shouldn't do this, and if you get caught, you're done, right? So that's the issue in college. Based on the rules that we all agreed upon a long time ago, this person should not be allowed to play college football. That's why the pushback was so intense. But in the NFL, if you're trying to rationalize it, he's a first-round talent in theory, and it's not like he ever bet against his own team. It's not like he ever gambled on a game in which he played that we know of. And there's no evidence, no suggestion, no allegation that he ever bet against his own team while he was playing or otherwise. So in the NBA and in college basketball, we've heard stories of people compromising the integrity of the game, shaving points, throwing a game. Hey, I need you to make sure you lose this game by more than 10. So do that. Here's some money. That's like shaving points, compromising the integrity of a game. He's not accused of doing that. He's just accused of betting on a lot of stuff. And so if you're trying to rationalize it, that's what you do. This person has never even been accused of compromising the integrity of a game. He just had a gambling problem that he is now working to get under control. If you're trying to rationalize it, that's how you do it. We'll see. But Brendan Sorsby, done with college football.
Number 2.
It was a stunner yesterday on the pitch.
It was.
Cape Verde, small island nation. 0-0 with Spain, the European champions. Among the favorites to win the World Cup.
Could you locate Cape Verde on the map?
I can now.
Oh, okay. I was going to test you.
Hold on. I'm starting to get Cape Verde and Curacao.
No, don't look. What is that off the coast of?
I was going to say Venezuela.
No.
Cape Verde is off the coast of...
Better find a different continent.
I know. Okay, Curaçao's off the coast of Venezuela. I think that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Cape Verde is off the coast of... I don't know.
You only have a couple to choose from.
Well, there's more than a couple continents in it. There's more than a couple of coasts.
Mm.
I'm saying it's off the coast of... Where the hell is Cape Verde?
It's off the coast of Africa.
Why'd they put it there, you think?
I couldn't begin to know.
491,000 people. Cape Verde is roughly the size of Reno, Nevada.
That's crazy, man.
Imagine Reno put together a soccer team. Okay. What would that even look like? Imagine Reno puts together a soccer team.
Mm-hmm.
And they go out and play 90 minutes. 0-0 with the European champions. That'd be something, huh?
Yeah.
That is what Cape Verde did yesterday.
Kind of off the coast of Senegal, to be exact.
Yeah, I think I knew that.
Yeah.
I think I knew that. I think I read that and then forgot that I read it. The Spain dominated the action.
Mm-hmm.
More shots on goal, all that stuff, time of possession, blah, blah, blah. But the only thing that matters is the scoreboard, Bennett.
Yeah, so
0-0. The goalkeeper for Cape Verde, 40-year-old guy.
Oh, so good.
Just.
He was awesome, by the way.
And in tears afterwards, just so proud of himself.
Yeah.
Legend
he was
forever.
awesome, man. I mean, that dude was swatting everything.
He's like their Tim Howard.
Yeah. And
remember when we all got excited not because we won, but because Tim Howard just didn't let us lose?
Right.
That's what this fella did.
That's what happened here. No, it was really cool. So we were all watching it and up here, and I was like, man, when it was 0-0 at half, I was like, man, I'm looking at the numbers. I'm like, dude, I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit on Cape Verde here. I mean, what if they just score a goal and it ends 1-0? Like, I could win some. And then Steven quickly explained to me, like, no, they're not gonna score.
They're the size of Reno.
No, he was like, they're not gonna score, and I was like, what do you mean they're not gonna score? Like, it's anything could. And he's like, no, look where they are on the field. They're on their side of the field.
The whole field.
They're on Spain's side of the field the whole time. They're just playing defense. They want the draw in that match, and it
was their first ever World Cup match as a nation. They'd never done this before.
Yeah. So it was really cool. They say nothing to panic about yet for Spain. I believe that they lost their opener back in 2010 when they won the whole thing. So,
well, I mean, I don't want to sit here and be a World Cup expert.
Yeah,
but as you know, as you surely remember, it was just 4 years ago on the pitch when Argentina lost its opener.
There it is.
To Saudi Arabia.
Well, there it is.
People were panicking about Argentina.
I'm not going to panic.
People were like, oh, Argentina lose to Saudi Arabia in the opener.
And I don't think Spain had their best
I don't
player.
have to tell you what happened next, do I?
You do not.
Lionel Messi led the Argentines to a World Cup title. He cemented his legacy forever in one of the great World Cup finals of all time. It was exhilarating.
It was exhilarating. Yeah, I don't think Spain had their best player yesterday.
So if Spain needs a history lesson to stay motivated and focused, you can find it just 4 years ago when Argentina also struggled in its opener before going on to win the whole thing. I think Spain just lacked focus. I don't think they took their opponents seriously. And as you know, Bennett, that can be a fatal mistake.
Yeah, they didn't have Lamine Yamal yesterday.
Well,
so
yeah, well, they were still like minus 700.
I know. By the way, first time in World Cup history that all the teams that played yesterday ended in a draw.
Well, that was boring. They call that. They say that's like kissing your sister.
Suspicious.
They say that's like kissing your sister.
That's interesting.
Is it like kissing your sister?
What?
Tying.
A draw?
Yeah, tying.
It is tough.
Do you have a sister?
I do not. I'm an only child.
I thought that was true, but I wanted to ask anyway.
Yeah, it is tough.
Would you kiss your sister?
No.
Yeah, that would be weird.
I don't think so. Yeah. No.
Why do we say?
I know so.
Why do we say kissing a sister is like a tie? Kissing a sister is like a tie is like kissing a sister. Why do we say that? A tie is like kissing your sister is an old adage meant to express an unsatisfactory, unexciting result. That suggests that kissing your sister is acceptable, just unexciting. I don't think this is right.
I don't think so either.
I think we should retire this one.
You know, as an American sports fan, it is a little difficult to accept a tie. But then you see yesterday and you see how happy Cape Verde is, and it's like, wait a second, this makes sense that they were fighting for that draw.
Well, people forget this all the time. Rocky, Best Picture, 1977, Oscar winner. You don't know this?
What happened with Rocky?
People think Rocky wins. He did not win the match.
What happened again?
He lost in a decision.
I've never seen Rocky.
Get the what?
Isn't that crazy?
What?
I know. It's just a blind spot. I know.
It's so good.
I didn't even want to say that.
I didn't want to hear it.
Yeah, I didn't even want to say it.
Have you not seen Rocky?
I mean, I've seen bits and pieces on cable, right? It was on cable my entire childhood.
I should make you feel bad. I've never seen Hoosiers.
Yeah. Well, there you go. This is a little different.
I've interviewed the men who inspired the movie Hoosiers, the actual Hoosiers. I've interviewed them on camera.
Yeah.
Never seen their movie.
Never saw the film.
I wonder if I'm the only person who's ever interviewed them without seeing their film.
Yeah, I've never sat down from start to finish and watched Rocky.
Rocky's so good.
Feels like I need to do that.
The problem with Rocky is the subsequent sequels cast it in a way where people don't take it seriously. When people think of Rocky, they think of Mr. T and Sylvester Stallone as movie star Sylvester Stallone and Hulk Hogan, and then there's the Russian, and the truth, and all that's whatever it is. I enjoyed those as well, but Rocky, the original Rocky, amazing.
Okay,
maybe my favorite movie of all time.
I should probably dive in. You know, that's a blind spot for me, the sports movies. I know that's not really a sports movie per se.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful movie.
Okay.
Stallone's amazing. The script is great. I love these. One time when we were living downtown, we had a Rocky week. This is before all the creeds and all that came out. But it was at the time, it was like Rocky 1, Rocky 2, Rocky 3, Rocky 4, Rocky 5, I think.
Right.
And we had a Rocky week. We would go to the Saucer every night. And then we'd have our friends, whoever our friends were that night, and they'd all come back to the apartment, and we watch Rocky. We watched Rocky 1 on Monday night, Rocky 2 on Tuesday night. We knocked out the whole series. It was a party. We had a good time.
Nice.
You got to see Rocky.
Yeah, I know.
You got to see Rocky.
Yeah, I definitely do need to.
But that's the thing. People think Rocky wins. No, Rocky loses the fight. I didn't mean to spoil it for you. Spoiler alert.
It's okay.
Rocky loses in a draw.
Yeah.
But not the point. He did not ever expect to beat Apollo. He just wanted to see, could he go the distance? Could he hang in there? This loser, this nobody, this nothing, this waste of a body. Can you go the distance with the champ? Don't need to win. Just didn't see if I could stay in there with him.
Yeah.
For 15 rounds.
And that's what happened yesterday.
Cape Verde is Rocky Balboa. I'm proud of them.
I am too. I'm rooting for them.
They're going to get these shit kicked out of them in the next match.
Who are they playing?
It doesn't matter.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
They just went toe to toe with the one of the favorites, if not the favorite.
What's going to happen? Whoever they're playing next is going to take them super seriously. And that's when they're going to start to look a little bit more like Reno, Nevada.
I don't know, man.
Who does Cape Verde play next? Uruguay?
I mean, they weren't spectacular.
And then on Friday, June 26th, it's a showdown. Cape Verde against Saudi Arabia.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man.
I think
either.
they got a chance.
I don't know.
I think they got a chance.
Listen to me talk.
I think they got a chance.
Imagine if somebody just tuned in, like in that moment, and I'm like, I just think they're going to get destroyed in their next match. As if I have any idea what I'm talking about.
Goalkeeper was swatting everything. That's all I saw.
That's all I saw, too.
Yeah.
He's in his 40s just like I'm in my 40s.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'm rooting for Cape Verde.
Yeah, of course we are.
They're going to punish people going forward.
Yeah.
They might not ever score, but you might not ever score either. Huh? Can't beat them.
Cape Verde or wait? Cabo must mean Cape. It says Cabo Verde on my World Cup. You know,
it's too hard to keep
scores.
track. At some point, they started spelling Turkey a different way. I don't even know what to do with that.
What happened there?
I don't know.
You know what it is.
I don't know what it is.
We've just been spelling it wrong
We just decided we do that.
We were like, that's not how you spell turkey.
Well, we just decided.
Yeah, that's what we did.
We took the Gulf of Mexico and just decided it's the Gulf of America.
Right. That is exactly what happened.
We will call you whatever we want.
I bet they've always spelled it that way, and we were just like, no, that's not how we spell turkey.
That's not how we spell turkey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Heard of Thanksgiving?
We'll tell you how to spell your country. We've been doing Thanksgiving around here for a while. Your country's called Turkey. Turkey.
Yeah.
All right. We might have just decided that. And then we all grow up thinking they're Turkey. And they're all just sitting there in Turkey the whole time like, what are they doing?
Why did they do this? Why are they disrespecting us like this?
I was talking to somebody within the past few months. And like a serious conversation. We're having a serious conversation. And the whole time they were just calling me Greg. The whole time. It's like, yeah, Greg. And I was like, oh. And I didn't want to correct them. Should I have corrected them?
I vaguely remember someone calling you Larry.
I've done that
for like we did a whole interview and like at the end he was like, "Thanks, Larry."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Damn." I thought this is going well.
I was just getting hit with a Greg a bunch of times, and I was like, "I'll just be Greg for the next 5 minutes. What difference does it make?" And I imagine that's what Turkey feels like.
Yeah,
they're just sitting here like, "Why are they calling us Greg all the time? Why are these stupid Americans calling me Greg?" I bet that's how Turkey feels about us.
Yeah, I bet so too.
I don't know what's going on with them.
We'll figure it out.
We probably won't, honestly.
No,
but
we won't.
We probably won't, but who cares? Anyway, good for Cape Verde. We're happy for them, right?
Yes.
All right, let's move on.
Number 3.
It was a thriller last night. SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, Iran and New Zealand, 2-2. Back and forth affair. We watched it.
Oh, I watched it too.
I was rooting for Iran.
I was too.
Poor guys have been through it.
Well,
I don't know if you follow the news.
I do follow the news, yeah. But I think things are starting to get better.
For who?
Both sides. The strait's open. I think we have a peace treaty.
Why do you think they won't show it to you?
I think things are getting better.
If things were getting better, don't you think they'd show you the agreement that got it better? Don't you think they'd show it to you? If things were getting better, don't you think they'd say, hey, look how much better things are. Let me show you. I don't know.
Gas went down a little bit. It did. I went and filled up yesterday. I was like, whoa, this is a pleasant surprise.
Mm-hmm. What was it?
What was it? Like 360.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was it before we started bombing another country?
It was probably less than that. Yeah. But we're getting back to normal. That's what these peace talks are doing.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah.
I know what channel you've been watching.
Yeah.
I can see it right now.
But this didn't end peaceful.
It's 2-2.
Yep. And then they said, get the hell out of here.
We kicked him out of the country.
Yeah, did we kick them out?
FIFA kicked him out.
I think FIFA kicked him out. I don't know if we could take the blame for this. I think FIFA might have kicked him out.
I'll read you straight.
Okay.
From the story at ESPN.com. Iran coach, let's just call him the Iran coach. Let's not try to get.
Yeah.
Let's not try to get.
Okay.
Let's not try to prove we're something we're not.
Yeah.
Iran's coach called his team perhaps the most oppressed team in the whole World Cup after he said Iran have been forced to leave Los Angeles and return to their training camp in Mexico immediately after their opening match. For some context here, all of their matches are in America.
Mm-hmm.
They are the first team in the history of the World Cup to ever be playing matches in a country that their home country is in a war with. So this is actually unprecedented.
Mm-hmm.
They were supposed to be based in Arizona, like Algeria's in Kansas, and there's people down in Alabama and Texas A&M and wherever.
Yeah.
They were supposed to be in Arizona. Then, officials stepped in and said you can't stay in the country. So they've been in Tijuana, just across the border in Mexico. And they were like, okay, but once we start playing, then we'll, be in America. And after the match last night, there's a wind down period and recovery period, and you're not supposed to hop immediately back on a bus and a plane and fly. And that's what they're being asked to do. And whether you talk to the players or the coaches, they're like, we are at an incredible disadvantage having to travel like this, having to, we shouldn't be playing soccer and football and then getting on a plane. We shouldn't be playing in a country, then leaving the country, then coming back into the country, then leaving the country, then coming back into the country. We are being asked to do things literally no other team is being asked to do, has ever been asked to do. And it's no fault of our own. Why are we being treated this way?
Yeah, it seems a little petty.
Yeah.
I mean, because the thing, like, I learned like a little history lesson, like reading about this, because when I was watching it last night, I was like, there's a ton of Iranian fans there at SoFi.
Do you
right?
know? Well, here's a fact. Here's a fact. You ready for this? Mm-hmm. Obviously, the majority of Iranian people live in Iran, right? Mm-hmm. Do you know where the largest place in the United States for Iranian people is?
I'm going to say L.A.
Ding, ding, ding.
Yeah, and it was because a lot of people came over during the hostage crisis in like the late 70s.
That is actually
mid-70s,
late 70s. That is actually what it is.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the explanation. So it is Iran's opening game of this World Cup just outside of Los Angeles. The largest population. Oh, it's not just in the United States. It's the largest population of Iranians outside of Iran in the world is in Los Angeles, California.
How about that?
And so the crowd was great. The game was fun. And then they were told after the game, you have to leave. Go. And there was a quote from the captain who, let's see if I can find it. He just more or less said, we don't want to get into, because they're like scared too. You know, like, wouldn't you be?
You're on American soil, yeah.
Yeah, like, wouldn't you be?
Yes.
So they were like, we don't want to get into who really said it, but like we were told to leave. And the captain said, here's the quote. The captain said, we've talked to the FIFA president and asked for help. Like, we train our whole lives for this. This is the World Cup. Mm-hmm. I mean, when you think about it on a human level, which is hard for some Americans to do, but, these are real people, with real hearts and brains and, kids and wives, and like they're real people that we're killing. These are real people. Like when that school blows up, like when we shoot a missile into a school and it kills hundreds of little girls, that's no different than a rocket hitting Lausanne or ECS or Whitehaven or whatever. Like, this is a real devastating thing that's been going on. And yet, I imagine they're trying to just stay focused. We've still got a thing to do. We're going to represent our country. And now it's just a disaster. You can't even escape the politics of the world in competition because the World Cup happens to be in a place where the host country is seemingly making it very hard on you. So they asked the FIFA president for help. And the Iranian captain said this. For sure, he wants to try to help us, but it's about other things too. Everyone knows it. I don't need to mention that, but you know where we are. There's the quote. You know where we are. We are in America, and we're being treated this way because we're here. And it's just kind of crazy to think about. Like, we started this, Like, and just the whole thing is bananas. And I guess the least important part of it is soccer players being inconvenienced. That got to rank lower than schools being blown up, infrastructure being destroyed, whatever else is going on. But it does suck. It just sucked for them. And so I watched that last night, and it was just a compelling soccer match without all of the context, if you could just block in and watch, 11 on this side, 11 on this side, we're going to play soccer. It was just a fun night of that. Crowd was great. Action was great. But when you add everything else to it, it's just like, man, like I felt bad for those guys.
Yeah.
Like I felt bad for them. Like the politics of the war. And I think it's sometimes important to also remember this. Same way not every American agrees with what our government does. I'm confident not every Iranian agrees. Like, there's probably a difference of opinions on everything in that locker room as well. But on a very human level, those are just young men, for the most part, who've been training their whole lives for this thing. And it's finally here, and it's just a It's just a mess.
Yeah.
They're having to play their dream tournament in a place where their home country is actively in a war with, and they're having to deal with the repercussions of that in ways that no soccer team has ever had to deal with before. Hit your button and let's make this jokey again.
Number 4.
Freddie, the World Cup fan from Germany, who's on a whirlwind tour of the United States. He continues to get one incredible offer after another. Did you see J.J. Watt took care of him?
I did.
So they went to Houston. J.J. Watt put him up in a suite, all the gear, whatever. And then yesterday, they get an offer. Did you see this one? Owner of a Las Vegas casino, a man named Derek Stevens, reached out to Freddie on Twitter and said that no trip to the United States will be complete without touching down in Las Vegas. So Freddie, if you're up for it, let me in my casino. Send the private jet to pick up you and your friends, and you could come watch the World Cup at our pool parties. Big screens, the whole deal.
It's pretty cool.
Buddy.
He's living the best life.
Really? Like
just for posting about Buc-ee's one day.
He just was like, what a gas station.
Mm-hmm.
And it has just gone bananas since then. He experiencing all the wild things we do here in America. And I love this part of it. Like Americans stepping up to be like, hey, can I make this experience awesome for you? Is there something because I do think on a basic level, we do like it when people come here and enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
Like just yesterday, my family came downtown and we walked down to Blue City and got some lunch. I love a good Blue City lunch.
I do too.
It's really good. So we walked down to Blue City, get some lunch, and there was obviously a table of tourists right beside us. And they were talking, and I keep to I'm not the type that would jump into that conversation, but my wife is very much the type that would jump into that conversation. And she overhears them, and they're talking about what they're going to do next and where they're going. And she turns around and she's like, hey, I don't mean to be eavesdropping, but I hear you guys talking, and just know you're on the right track. You're doing all the right things. But some other things, like while you're down here, you should do is boom, boom, boom. And she talked about the Civil Rights Museum, and she talked about the Ducks, and she talked about whatever. And the reason she did that is because at the end of the day, she just wants those people to leave Memphis and say, man, I had an awesome time at Memphis, and we were at lunch, and this nice lady, decided to, make us feel welcome and told us what to do. And so then we went and did those things. And oh my God, it was amazing. Have you ever been to Memphis? You got to go. It's incredible. Like, that's all you want is people just to come here, and then when they leave here, to say that, to think that, to feel that way. And as a country, we're doing it to Freddie.
Yeah.
I hope he takes advantage of it.
I think he is. Yeah.
Is this going to be a Netflix documentary? I saw somebody say somebody's got to be we should already have put a crew with these people. Hopefully they got enough stuff on their phone, but this is becoming something I think we would like to watch if it were chronicled correctly.
That would be cool. I think that'd be cool.
The Europeans and other citizens of the world coming to America for the World Cup has been so far the star of the World Cup. We'll start focusing more on the games as they continue to unfold. But right now, the story of the World Cup is people have come to America and they seem to be having a good time. And broadly speaking, we seem to be doing everything we can to help them have a good time.
You know what else I enjoyed? I saw the video yesterday of the Japanese fans and Jameis Winston picking up trash in the stadium. And that brought the biggest smile, because I'm like, why do we do things the way that we do them? I always try to, when I go to the movies or when I go to a game or stuff like that, I always try to go throw away my trash.
Well, of course you should.
But not a lot of people subscribe to that.
Yeah. I'm a big believer in picking up your own messes.
Yeah.
My children aren't. They don't pick up Capri Sun packages at all.
Jesus, no. There's chip bags all over my car, my home. It's just ridiculous.
I mean, I have this conversation every day.
Stupid.
Every day. And my kids act like I swear to God, my kids will do this.
You're evil.
Louis looked at me yesterday and he said, why are you always doing this?
Uh-huh.
And I said, why am I always asking you to pick up your mess? Why do I have to always ask you to pick up your mess? He's really got it flipped around in his little head that the problem here is that his dad won't stop complaining, as opposed to the problem is that you've never thrown anything in the garbage can, ever. And I don't even know how to win it. He looks at me like, oh, here you go again. Here you go again.
Yep.
Here goes dad again talking about throw your garbage away. And so I get to a point where I'm like, there's another Dorito package.
Yeah.
Is it even worth the fight? Or should I just grab it myself and throw it away? What do you do in that situation?
Oh, it's worth the fight.
But what if I think in your head you go, it's worth the fight because then we'll never have to fight this fight again.
Mm-hmm.
But what if you're going to have to fight the fight every time?
Every
Nothing
day.
changes.
You can't give up. You can't give up.
I'm close to giving up.
Yeah, you can't give up. You just got to keep going.
So I'm a big believer in picking up after yourself.
Yeah.
I cannot get everybody in my family to subscribe to that. But I am personally a big believer in it. Put your shopping cart where it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Throw your garbage in the garbage. Like sometimes I even go to Central Barbecue and they will. There's this really nice woman and she'll come over every time. She goes out of her way to say, when you're done, you leave everything right here on the table. I'm going to take care of that. And I say, thank you. That's really nice. But I'm never comfortable just walking away and leaving all of my stuff on the table.
No, I can't do that.
I feel like I want to put it somewhere. You just show me where it goes and I'll handle this myself. I'm a big believer in that. Not everybody is.
Clearly.
So what are you saying? You saying the Japanese culture makes them pick up the...
Yeah, it was. I mean, they just like that. They clean up after themselves.
They clean up after themselves.
Yeah.
I have no idea if this is true. I'm just saying things at this point. But I read a story a few weeks ago. It was talking about, I don't know, somebody went to Tokyo. And it was like...
I want to go to Tokyo.
That's what everybody says. I said that one time and Jessica like laughed at me. So I was like, what are you laughing at? And she was like, oh, that's what everybody says now, that they want to go to Tokyo. And I was like, okay, well then I won't go.
It looks awesome.
It does look awesome.
Yeah.
But she made me feel like I was a tryhard for wanting to go to Tokyo. So I said, fine, I'll just go to the Bahamas or something. Is that okay? Is that allowed? Anyway, it was a foodie went to Tokyo. And the idea behind it was Tokyo is now the best at everything. You ready for this? Like whatever you think Japanese food is, they're great at that, obviously. But like if you want the best steak, go to Tokyo. If you want the best Mexican, go to Tokyo. If you want the best hamburger, go to Tokyo. And the explanation was, as a people, their culture is to perfect everything. So if they decide, you know what, we want to get in the pizza business. Now the goal is to make the perfect pizza consistently every time. Everything is perfection. And what you're telling me is we're not like that.
No.
Yeah.
Doesn't appear that way.
I don't think so either.
Sorry.
Anyway, good luck to Freddie. I hope he continues to enjoy everything we have to offer.
Number 5.
Venus and Serena have announced they're going to play doubles at Wimbledon.
Oh, that's cool.
Next. Is it?
I guess. I mean, they're legends.
They are legends. There's no getting around that.
Why is it not cool?
Because means I got about one more month to tell this story.
What do you mean?
I've told it before. You've heard it probably 11 times. But I've forever been able to say this. Well, not forever, but since 2022, I've been able to say this. You know, Venus and Serena, last time they ever played together. You know I was there. U.S. Open, 2022.
Oh, yeah.
I went specifically to see them because Venus was already retired from singles. Serena, it looked like it was over. And there were indications that if you want to see Venus and Serena, two legends, icons, play together, your last opportunity in a major event, it's going to be tonight, Arthur Ashe Stadium. One of the rare times they'd put doubles in prime time at Arthur Ashe. I said, you know what? I'm here anyway. You got nothing to do tonight.
Right.
I'm going to take the train over. I'm going to go witness history. Venus and Serena. And I did. Watched them walk off the court together for the last time. They lost. Watched them walk off the court together. They did this stuff. A real moment. And ever since then, I've been like, yeah, I was there.
Last time,
Venus and Serena. Yeah, the last time I was there. Venus and Serena. I was there. Last time they did it. Now look, they're going to do it again.
Yeah.
Somebody else is going to have that story. I guess I could slightly alter it to, the last time they played at the U.S. Open, I was there. Yeah. Last time they ever walked out of Arthur Ashe Stadium together, I was there. But if they're doing Wimbledon, they're probably going to do the U.S. Open too, aren't they?
You would think so.
My life is ruined. Yeah. My story's ruined. Ruined my story.
Well, you can always go back.
Do you want to see Venus and Serena?
I don't care about doubles. No offense.
No offense taken. I don't take offense to that.
I can't remember the last time I watched a doubles match. Maybe it was that one that you're talking about.
Probably.
Yeah.
That's definitely the last time I watched a doubles match.
Yeah.
On one hand, I kind of like it when, hey, we watched you be great forever. I don't really need to watch you not be great. I don't like watching you lose. I spend a long time watching you win, dominate.
Right.
And I don't like watching you lose. You know, I don't want to see Mike Tyson in a boxing ring when he's old. It doesn't look good. I like seeing Mike Tyson in a boxing ring when he was 22. That was fun. Mike Tyson when he's 52, that's not fun. That's sort of where I'm at, on one hand. On the other hand, Serena has clearly dropped weight. Let's just say that. Dropped weight. She looks great and wants to do it and has been training, moving in this direction, had played doubles with somebody else recently. And if it's something they want to do as competitors and or as sisters, why should somebody like me care?
Good point.
I think that's where I land.
Yeah.
I think I think whether I need to see it or not, whether you need to see it or not, whether we like the idea of aging legends still competing against much younger, much more capable in the year 2026, like whether we want to see it or not, if they want to do it, I think they should do it.
I think so too.
So I look forward to watching them do it.
Me too.
And I hope it's successful.
I do too.
And even if it's not, I hope they have a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope somebody goes into the stadium and walks out of there saying, you know, I was there the last time Venus and Serena ever played doubles together. And they'll have that story until the next time. But I had it for 4 years.
Good.
I thought I was going to have it forever. But I had it for 4 years. Be back with Carry Out.
When the arena lights dim for a concert or when the crowd becomes one at a big game, you can almost feel like you're the biggest fan. But who's your biggest fan? It's the person who will get you home safely after a night of drinking. It's a person who looks out for your life to make sure you leave the stadium with someone sober. This could be a designated driver or someone who offers to give you a ride share. Because in Tennessee, fans don't let other fans drive drunk. Brought to you by the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, a division of the Tennessee Department of Safety and Homeland Security.
Grizzlies, take your fandom to the next level by becoming an MVP.
How long have you been an MVP? Since day one.
Enjoy the great benefits of being a season ticket member. Pre-game MVP moments, including Autograph Alley, exclusive Grizz gear deals, access to member or MVP-only player events, and much more.
He's been an MVP for 22 years!
Become a Grizzlies MVP today.
Sonic Radio. Welcome back to Sonic RNDIO. That spells radio with me, the CIO. This just in, the new Sonic $1.99 menu lets you build a crave-worthy meal for just $1.99 an item. Whether that's a creamy shake, crispy tots, or a quarter-pound double cheeseburger. This just out. Ostriches. They're mean, not very cute, and in my opinion, way too big for a bird. Don't miss the Sonic Fun 99 menu. 5 items, always $1.99. Live free, eat Sonic.
Tax not included. See menu for details.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball. But the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board. A class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GBWR.
Orthopedic injuries can be unpredictable, unforeseen, and unscheduled, and Ortho South understands this better than anyone. Since your injuries don't make appointments, you don't need to either. That's because Ortho South welcomes walk-ins during the weekdays, in the evenings, and even on Saturdays. So next time an unforeseen injury makes an unscheduled appearance in your life, visit orthosouth.org to find your nearest urgent care location. Just walk in, and Ortho South will take care of everything, especially you. Learn more at orthosouth.org. That's orthosouth at orthosouth.org.
To the Grizzlies draft party, tune in for the Grind City Media Draft Show presented by Southland Casino. It's Tuesday, June 23rd, 7 p.m. A week from today. You can hear from GCM personalities as they react to draft picks, trades, and more. Download the Grind City Media app and subscribe to the Grind City Media YouTube channel today for all your Grizzlies draft coverage. Let's do carry out.
It's time for GP's Carryout. One final segment filled with stuff to take with you. It's not everything you need to know, but it's most of it. What did we miss today?
Let me tell you what I don't want you to miss today, and that is our pre-draft Chalk Talk tonight at
Are you doing a
Southland
Chalk Talk?
Casino Hotel. Oh, I am.
Nice.
Lang Whitaker will join me. We're going to be out at Southland tonight. Doors are at 5:30. We're going to start talking at 6 o'clock. We'll talk through some Grizz options, take questions. Snacks and drinks are going to be available. You can win some free plays from Southland. Should be a good time, so I hope to see some of you out there. At Southland Casino Hotel tonight, pre-draft Chalk Talk. Me and Lang Whitaker. Doors at 5:30. We'll start talking at 6. Take some questions. Hang out. Get a bite to eat. Have a drink. Should be a good time. I hope to see you guys there.
What's today's biggest game?
We're going back World Cup.
Let's go.
Argentina and our friends from Algeria. Arrowhead Stadium, 8 p.m., Fox 13. The GOAT, Lionel Messi, in prime time. Argentina minus 250. Algeria plus 790. Or you can take a draw at plus 250. How are you going to act? You lay in big numbers here no matter what.
I think we're being a little disrespectful to Argentina. They are the reigning World Cup champions. I know that people have said they're a little old. They've gotten a little bit older, but
4 years older than they were 4 years ago. Messi.
I'll believe it when I see it. Give me Argentina.
You don't have to wait to see it. Messi is 4 years older than he was last time he won the World Cup. That's a fact.
I just mean like their decline. I'll believe it when I see it.
Okay.
I think they're going to come out with a purpose tonight, to show people that they are here to compete for this thing.
Will Patrick Mahomes be in attendance?
Yeah, I bet he will. I bet he'll be there.
Goat watching a goat.
Why wouldn't he be?
Why wouldn't he be?
Yeah.
Well, maybe because he's busy. Like to watch it on TV.
But Messi's there. That makes sense.
watching a goat.
Yeah.
Will Travis and Taylor be there?
I don't know, man. They're getting ready for a big wedding, I hear.
I heard that too.
Yeah.
All right, 8 o'clock tonight. You gonna lay 250?
Yeah.
Bennett says lay minus 2. He ain't worried about. He says he doesn't think Algeria is Cape Verde.
No.
Algeria.
No, I feel good about this.
Algeria is not Cape Verde. Argentina minus 250. That's the play 8 p.m. tonight on Fox 13.
What are we watching on TV?
Did you watch Maternal Instinct,
buddy? I am so glad that I sat here yesterday and was like, don't say anything, because I don't want to know what the story is, what it's about, okay? And as soon as I started watching it, I was like, oh, I remember this story. Man, just, first off, like, incredibly sad. Like, it's the saddest thing you'll ever see, but...
It's unimaginable.
It's truly unimaginable. Like
it's crazy.
Yeah, it is, because, and I thought it was really well done because, what's the girl's name again?
Her name is Taylor Parker.
Even though Taylor Parker...
I call her Crazy Taylor Parker.
Because here's the thing, man, is even though Taylor was like, not truthful and, a little loony and cuckoo, all those things, I never, ever would have thought that it would have gotten to the point where it got.
How could you possibly think that? Like, so you sent me a story this morning from People because her fiance at the time was a guy named Wade Griffin.
Yeah, and
even he is like, it felt off, but it's like, because they're like, could you imagine? Like, how? For people who don't know, spoiler alert: if you haven't watched Maternal Instinct, it's the #1 movie on Netflix.
Yeah,
it's been there for a few days. You've had a shot to watch it, but I know you haven't, perhaps. But I want to talk to Vincent about this.
Yeah.
So if you don't want
and
to,
you know the story,
and you'll probably know the story. If you don't want to hear what we have to say, rep your hood. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Now we can talk.
Yeah.
I gave you a warning. So this woman had already had her tubes tied or removed or whatever.
Yeah, hysterectomy.
Yeah, she was not capable of having a baby anymore. Right. She already had 2 kids. Mm-hmm. I think that's right. Yeah, she already had 2 kids. I didn't even think about that. Where are those kids?
I don't know. I don't think she had anything to do with them. I think that because there was no mention of them living with them or anything like that.
Okay, so she could not have any more children, and her like friends knew this.
Right.
Like it was like a thing where like if I knew your wife couldn't have any more children, it was just sort of known.
Right.
And then I saw your wife pregnant on Facebook. It'd be like, what? And that's the way all her friends were. They were like, what is? She cannot have kids, and she's pregnant. She's seemingly pregnant on Facebook. She's announcing a pregnancy on Facebook. And so they just expected her to at some point be like, I had a miscarriage. You know, she was the type that was constantly dealing with stuff on social media.
Yes.
And people are constantly like, oh, I hope you're okay. If you need anything, I hope you're okay. Hang in there. Oh, I'm so sorry. And we all know somebody like that, don't we?
Yes. Like there was the video, there was the post of her before this with like the oxygen mask thing on that she just totally made up. Yeah.
My wife had a friend like this.
Yes, I have had friends like this,
and it was like, you gotta this
always constructing problems in their head and posting about it on social media. Yeah.
I mean, some of it was just like straight up lies.
Yes.
Like we caught this person in like they were just saying, yeah, this happened to me. And it's like, that did not happen to you. That's just a made up thing.
Yeah.
Why are you saying that? All right. So anyway, this woman reminded me of that woman. So at some point, all the friends were going to be like, well, she's just going to have to say she had a miscarriage. Who knows why she's faking a pregnancy on Facebook, other than she's just crazy. But at some point, the only way out of this is, oh, I lost my baby. And then everybody else will be like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Right.
And you get what you want, I guess. Nope. She just keep being pregnant. Based on just Facebook post. It's like, and the due date should be here. And it's like 10 months now. We're a month past the due date.
Yeah. No baby.
No baby. So they're like, what is she going to do? Like, this is like, it's now like, imagine you were posting every few days on Facebook about your pregnancy.
Right.
And all your friends who are looking at this are like, she's crazy. She cannot possibly be pregnant. And she's just keeps saying she is. And we know it's not even possible. So what's the way out? They kept expecting her to say, I had a miscarriage. I lost the baby. That's the obvious thing to do. Nope. You know what she did? You know what she did. Here's what she did. Spoiler alert. Her friend was pregnant. She murdered her friend, cut the baby out of and started driving to the hospital and claimed, this is my baby. I just delivered my baby.
And I knew it was coming, and it's still just as shocking. Like when you get to that point.
So we watch these documentaries sometimes. Like we watched The Crash, where the little girl drove into the building.
Right.
And all of these are crazy, right? They're all crazy. They don't become a documentary unless it's like got some crazy attached to it.
Right.
But you watch The Crash. That little girl drives a car 100 miles per hour into a building. And it's like, wow, that's crazy. But you go, okay, but like, how does that happen? Okay, they're arguing, they're fighting, they're young, they're drunk, they're high, whatever. And she just flips out for 4 seconds, and that's all it takes. People flip out for 4 seconds all the time. I watch videos every day.
Right.
It's like people are arguing, and then it's like somebody pulls out a gun, and boom, your life's changed forever, over forever. Like little flip outs, they happen all the time. Just be thrilled you're not on the wrong end of one.
Right.
This ain't that. This is a woman devised a plan in her head that was actually impossible to pull off. There's no way you can get away with this. There's no way you're going to be able to kill your friend, rip a baby out of it, claim it's yours, and happily ever after. That is not. But that's what's crazy. That's how you know she's like really like special crazy.
Yeah.
Because you don't even like if you go to rob a bank, there's at least a scenario where you get away with it. There's no scenario to get away with this. Zero.
No.
Even the doctors who treated her, who knew she couldn't have babies, were like, we were on the lookout for like if there's any baby stolen.
Yeah, they put the hospital on alert when they knew that she was pregnant.
Yeah, they were like, she's probably going to try to steal a baby.
Yeah.
They never considered that she would murder somebody and cut a baby out.
Right. It's insane, man. She's obviously on death row.
On death row. She's like,
I think that'll happen too.
If anybody ever deserves death row, like it's the woman who killed another woman and cut her baby out of her stomach.
And then the thing that was just so like because everybody knew, like all the people that are being interviewed about this, they all knew that, like, okay, she's lying.
Yeah.
Like, and she's lied about all this stuff. We now know she lied about all this money she had. She's lied about previous relationships. She's lied about everything. But Wade didn't know.
Yeah.
And I feel like growing up in the South, we have known a guy like Wade.
Oh, sure.
You know, just like, he's just, I'm not calling him dumb. I'm not calling him dumb. He's just like,
no,
but he's like in his own.
You don't have to be dumb to get caught up in dumb stuff when it's a personal relationship. Smart people get caught up in dumb situations all the time.
He's just a simple country boy that did his job every day.
Yeah, he's like, it sound weird. It was moving fast, but like, I don't know.
Yes.
Like, hey, baby, you want to get this? You want to buy this ranch? Yeah, let's buy this ranch.
Right.
Hey, you want to? Hey, I'm pregnant. All right. Well, I guess I'm be a dad now. You know, just like whatever. He seemed like he'd just go with the flow.
That's right.
And it felt off, but whatever.
Yeah,
I gotta go feed the hogs.
Right. Yes.
It's very like that. Like if you think about it for more than a few seconds, you'd probably go, man, this doesn't make any sense at all.
Mm-hmm.
But he struck me as the type of guy who doesn't think about things for more than a few seconds.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh man, what a deal.
And like, the part that got me, I don't even know why this is the part that got me. Because it's a bunch of like good old boys, but big country guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And his friend, who seems like the best friend ever.
I know.
And when his friend starts crying.
Man, yeah.
I was like,
didn't expect that.
I was like, here's this old country boy, and now his heart's just broken for his buddy.
Yeah.
That's the one where I started tearing up a little bit.
It was sad. It was sad.
Oddly, like ripping the baby out of the mom, that didn't do it.
Well, no,
but that man crying for his friend got to me.
Well, because, and you heard his mom say it too, like he nobody talks to him anymore. Like he's just become this like, nobody wants to go near you because you're attached to this thing that happened,
and you don't know what to say. And
right.
It's sad. It's sad on a lot of different levels. Crazy documentary.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, man. It was
Like those are the ones. Those are the ones that blow me away. When it's like, I couldn't even imagine. Like there are people who knew this woman, just like there are people I know. Like this is a real person in people's lives, and I bet you, even if you knew she was crazy, like she'll fake a pregnancy. Oh, Taylor, she's crazy enough to fake a pregnancy. But crazy enough to murder,
right?
That's and this ain't like spur of the moment. Like, well, I got mad, and
No, she planned it out.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Anyway, Maternal Instinct. Whew. Don't miss it. Hour 36 on Netflix. #1 movie right now.
What's the best thing we've read?
So, Brian Windhorst has got a piece over at ESPN.com about 6 big storylines heading into the offseason. One of them is like, what's going to happen with Giannis and what's going to, happen with the Celtics and whatever. But there's just like a sentence or two that addresses the Grizzlies in there that I thought was interesting. Nothing new. But it was like, are Seattle and Las Vegas actually going to get franchises? Is that really happening? He's like, yes, it appears that it is. At which point, there is going to be realignment in the NBA. And that Minnesota, New Orleans, and Memphis are all, quote, competing to move to the East. So it's not even a thing where the Grizzlies might move to the East. It's like they are campaigning. They are actively arguing, please let us go to the East. We'd like that, wouldn't we?
I think so. Yeah.
I mean, you never know like where the dominance is going to be, but like we think we know right now. It's in a young and great Thunder franchise with incredible assets moving forward, and with the Spurs franchise led by a 22-year-old freak of nature.
Yeah.
To get to the NBA Finals from the West, it appears for a while you're going to have to go through one of those things, if not both of them. In the East, it seems less complicated.
Yes.
I would be competing to go to the East as well.
I think I would too.
I hope we are successful in our competition to go to the East. You can read it, ESPN.com.
What's on tap for tomorrow?
Tomorrow will be Wednesday. Chris Vernon will join me in the first hour. We'll talk NBA draft with him. Should be a fun show. Looking forward to it already. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'll try to enjoy mine. And we will meet back here tomorrow at 10. I hope I see you tonight at Southland. 6 o'clock. Me and Lang will be there. Should be a fun night. See you there, hopefully. If not, we'll meet back here tomorrow at 10. Till then, be careful, be kind, be good.